Welcome to the Hartselle Football Coaches Show. I am Margaret Ann Prater alongside our head coach, Coach Bert Newton. And tune in on Wednesdays on our YouTube channel to check our show out. And this Thursday will be the AHS AA game of the week, and we will be airing on statewide television. So make sure we're not going to be on our NFHS usual channels, but we will be on, I guess it's on PBS.
Yes, it is. It's PBS, and there'll be a pre-show from 5 to 6. I think there's rumors that it's going to be like a college game day atmosphere.
Oh, fine.
That'll be 5 to 6, and then they do the news from 6 to 7, and then 7 o'clock game time, it'll be all on that PBS channel. That if you have cable, you get it. And even if you don't have cable, if you have rabbit ears, you get it. So, great deal showcasing our program and Coleman's as well, and be a big rivalry game. So looking forward to it.
That'd be fun. Let's thank our sponsors, Coach, before we get to the questions. We got Agency on Main, Eddie Pruitt Ford, Express Bath, Marmac Commercial Real Estate, Heck Funeral Home, and Life Church. So you beat Woodlawn 48-8. Good homecoming. Quick recap. Did we play the way you expected?
Defensively, we were really, really good. We put some young guys in late. They scored, which is fine. Coach Cole crashed out a little bit when the young guys gave up a touchdown. But other than that, we were good to go as part of it. They played really, really good on defense. Michael Sumner was great again, kicking the ball in the end zone or in that corner, and that really puts pressure on defenses. We didn't have to punt. I think every single drive was either a touchdown or a field goal. Great night. Carly was very efficient again, and then Jaheim and Jaden had a big night and find the offensive line, run the football. So good heart to win.
Cole Miles, he's our 8-4 player of the game. He's everywhere.
Yep.
We're talking about that in his segment. So does he ever come off the field?
Well, ironically, he's not on a lot of special teams, so we're trying to save his legs because he's playing receiver and, rover for us. And so I think what he's best at might be special teams. He's blocked a ton of punts over the years and affect things that way. But we're trying to keep him off of stuff. Now, he's still on him, but he's got a really good backup behind him because we're trying to save his legs. But he's great player, great instincts, and just make plays.
Okay, Coach, now that we're in the heart of the season, I plan on with each of our games as we progress through area play to kind of update us on standings. We got 3 teams that are undefeated. That's going to be Hartselle, Muscle Shoals, and Jasper. And then if we were to go to the playoffs tomorrow, our 4th spot would go to Athens. Was this what you thought was going to happen? Was this?
It's a really tough region. Coleman's a good football team. They're the best 1-5 team in the state. They can run the football. They had Jasper beat, lost at the last second. They had Athens beat, lost at the last second. 3 of their losses were less than 5 points, and those are good teams that are playing. Jasper's a really good football team. They're explosive on offense. Jasper last year was the 5th seed, didn't make playoffs, but they beat the number 1 seed, Muscle Shoals, who beat us. So it's a very competitive region. And then the thing about us is we get them all on the road. We get Coleman, you get Athens on the road, Jasper on the roads, and they get Muscle Shoals. So the next 4 weeks is going to be very telling for where we're going in the future. And but our guys are fired up about it. So I think that I'm not shocked by any of it. But anyway, it's like I said, very competitive region. But we're fired up for the next 4 weeks.
All right, let's talk Coleman. We've only played him 103 times, so kind of new to us. Only 2 other times in history has Hartselle had a 5-game win streak. So that's kind of where we're at.
Okay,
so we're trying for the 3rd one. Last year we had a clear advantage on paper. Michael Summers had to kick
it's the clear advantage on paper. Ended up 10-7 with their last minute field goal.
Exactly, he had to kick it 4 times.
Yep.
And so tell us what we're up against.
We're going to get their best. It's a rival for them. I think it makes their season if they beat us. So we've got to have a great week. It's a short week. We practiced yesterday on Sunday. Practicing again today. We got a JV game, and then it's like I said, it's a short week because of the Thursday game, and so we just got to be ready to go.
Awesome. Let's talk about our Eddie Pruitt Ford fan question of the week. Don't want to miss that segment. As we head into the meat of our season, are we as prepared as we want to be, and how are we on injuries?
So injuries are getting better. The guys that are banged up, hadn't played the last couple of weeks, should be good to go. They're still non-contact and wearing black jerseys in practice, but I think they'll be ready by Friday, and hopefully we can stay healthy through the next 4 weeks and through this tough region, stress we got here.
All right. We'll be right back.
When it comes to college sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or softball, Hartselle is pretty much a town divided. But when it comes to our hometown athletes,
we are all Team Tiger, and at Agency on Main, we want to be your hometown real estate team.
Whether you're buying or selling, residential, commercial, land, or auction properties, trust the professionals at Agency on Main for all your real estate needs.
Go Tigers!
All right, we're back. I am here with our 80 Quick Forward Player of the Week. We got Cole Miles and his position coach. We got Coach Wade Miller. And Coach, I'm going to start first couple questions for you, and then you can chime in on anything he says. If you think he's steering to the wrong side of the answer there, so you go ahead and correct him. Just a couple of questions. How fun is it to coach this guy?
You know, it's pretty fun. We were at the Lunch and Learn Clinic downtown, I guess, 2 weeks ago now, and I hit on it then about how it's been nice to have. I really don't even have to watch him at practice. Like, I can worry about the other guys who are a little less experienced. You know, he's pretty much a 4-year starter. So as far as scheme goes and all that stuff, he's seen it all. It's nothing he hasn't seen. Definitely the most instinctual player I've ever coached. So that's always fun. Can get you in trouble sometimes trying to make the big play, but it's okay.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Okay. Well, in learning situations, I mean, kind of you're the teacher, you're the coach. I often, when I'm in those situations, I learn a lot of times more from the person that I'm teaching. I learn as much as I'm trying to teach them. What have you learned from this guy?
You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. You know, when I'm kind of the impression of when in doubt, go be physical, and physicality will make things right. He's not always the most physical guy, but he finds a way to get it done. And there's something said about that. Like, you don't always have to go just headbutt the biggest guy on the field to make the play. You can go evasive and still make the big play. So it's learning different ways to do it through that also.
Gotcha. And he's all over the field. Do you sometimes want to say, hey, well, he's practicing with me today?
No, because at the end of the day, you got to go win on Friday night, or I guess Thursday night most of the time this year. But got to do what you got to do to win. Offense, defense, special teams, doesn't matter.
Gotcha. All right, your turn. Is your approach any different this year? Because it's your last. You got a lot of lasts.
I would say, yeah, mostly just enjoy it. It's last year with all the guys. We've been together since about 8th grade. And I would just say enjoy it, really. Enjoy all the practices, even though they're really not that fun. Just enjoy all of it.
Gotcha. I sent out a survey for all, especially our senior football players, and you guys answered those, and I'm going to take a lot of my questions from your answers. You said, and you and a lot of guys said Hayden Gray is our player that exemplifies the term own it. So why would you say Hayden Gray?
I said Hayden Gray's because sophomore year, he really wasn't really known. I think he was a spur over. He really wasn't known much. So he didn't roll in with the JV guys or the varsity guys. But his junior year, he really, he leveled up. He was more physical. He was quicker. He just knew what to do. And that gave him some playing time our junior year, and now he's in Mike, and he's leading the defense.
That's awesome. We kind of had a joke in my class. I have a student who is a starter at one position, but he has a backup position that he practices, and he's way on down the depth chart. And we like to talk about what his opportunity to get in the game was. And he talks about, well, if this guy can't make it, this guy can't make it, this guy. And then he goes, hey, Cole Miles. And then, I don't even know that you've ever played this position. What I'm asking is, if you'd play anywhere, because they pretty much put you everywhere, what would be your favorite place to play, where you want to play?
I'd say quarterback, but it's hard to beat Carter right now. He's playing really well. But I'd say quarterback, or that's about it. I'd probably say quarterback be the one.
Okay. I've got to ask about the dessert battle, because we've asked every player. So whenever team meal is, because we were going Wednesday, Thursday now, whose dessert are you after?
I would say Wesley Evans' mom, the mayor. She's got some good banana bread, but chocolate chips. It's really good. I usually get it every time if it's there, but we haven't had it in a while. But I'm waiting for it.
Dave Evans, he says he's your twin, but just a little bit older, right?
Yeah.
So David, just shout out to you, buddy.
Eat some
Want to eat some
banana
banana bread. I asked you about weird pregame rituals. You said listening to Frank Sinatra. Is that you?
I do sometimes. When we're sitting in the visualization period, I'll see Frank Sinatra and just,
Some crooner music.
yeah,
All right.
and stay calm, take it out.
He may transition to the Buble. You never know.
Okay. Whatever gets them going, no bars. Whatever it is.
What did you listen to?
I'm not a big music guy, I don't know. I'm pretty relaxed and even kill with things. So I just hate sitting around and waiting. That's my big thing. Like I want to stay busy. Like get over there, set the field, do stuff like that. Stay busy.
I agree. Okay, last question, and I'm going to read this one because it's a long one. I asked you guys what people don't understand about your position, and you said just a plain rover means that you need to be good in coverage and run fit. I still don't know what that means. So tell us, like you're talking to somebody that doesn't know anything about football. Explain about that, about what a rover is, because you're a linebacker, but you're not. What are you?
It's kind of a mix of both. I'd say rover is probably one of the harder positions on the field just because, like, there's so many things that come with it. There's coverage you got to be in. You got to be able to run fit when you see run to. And really the spur does the same thing, but it's more run fit, but the rover is more coverage because we run a lot of deuce, and I'm usually having to go back in coverage with Chris.
Gotcha. Okay, you guys did a great job. We'll be right back with you.
Peck Funeral Home is owned and operated by folks who live in the same communities they serve. Our employees are the heart of our business. The funeral home proudly employs over 30 local individuals. Currently, the funeral home is managed by Jeff Halbrooks, who has held that position for over 20 years. Our goal is simple and has remained the same now since 1929. Peck Funeral Home strives to provide genuine service from the heart.
All right, I'm back with head coach Bert Newton, who is also going to be our defensive coach. You do coach the linebackers, and you've been a coordinator, and you kind of know a little bit about it. So you're our guy today. So close to a shutout, but what was cool to me was the players were really disappointed. They weren't happy at scoring 48. They wanted 48-0.
Right.
So they were holding each other accountable, kind of disappointed that they scored. What did you see from the guys we need to work on defensively? Anything?
They were pretty good. There was a couple times our flat player, whether it was corner or the spur, kind of bit a little bit and didn't drop him enough. And Woodlawn converted some stuff on some scrambles. Other than that, though, we're pretty good. And honestly, once they talked about halftime, they fixed it. The play that Carson Jett had was the exact answer. He pushed and zone pointed and knocked the ball out of the guy's hands. I think it was number 7 from Woodlawn. So, they were really good on defense the other night.
Awesome. Lots of guys are getting playing time. We've been kind of lucky with that. But I talked to Coach Prater on the offense about how we keep the offensive line in to get that game time, that game experience, keep their stamina, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We're not really doing that on defense. Does that matter? Is that something?
It's a different deal. So, we believe in playing a bunch of kids on defense. If they're close, I mean, obviously, if it was, someone's way better, then we'll probably want to play them more. But if it's close, we're gonna roll them and cut those reps in half and play faster because of it. Offensively, though, especially with the offensive line, they're a unit, and so they have to play together. They have to get reps. The next 4 weeks, they're gonna play the entire game. So we had to, do that, and I love it because our young skill guys come in. Asa and EJ Muhammad and some of the receivers, and they get to play behind that offensive line. It's our best, and so they get some real life game experience. So I think it's a good format.
Awesome. I got one more question for you, then you're off the hook. Cole Miles, we talked about him as the player of the game, but we also had a featured group, and that's our defensive line.
Yep.
And they're led by Coach Fulks, and it's a really fun segment. What can you say about that group?
What a fun group. They're all unbelievable kids. They all do everything right, work hard, and just have grown. Seeing that group grow into the young men that they are and how they're producing is so fun. Also, Chad Priola had his best game ever. Had several big hits, and another singer again growing, and so the whole group, though, I mean, on defense is they're old and they both all played a lot and have experience, and you can in meetings you can talk to them like a grown man, and you don't have to say, hey, here's what you do. You say, hey, tell me what'd you do wrong, or hey, tell me why was this so great. And they're teaching the young guys too. So they're so fun to coach.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank
Get
you.
right.
Go Tigers.
Looking to remodel your home bathroom? Call Express Bath today.
They were good people to work with. I had no trouble with them.
We always take care of everybody, no matter how big and small.
The team at Express Bath, we do what we say we're going to do.
The highlight was seeing a new shower in a 60-year-old house. It was a great experience.
We're a real company, we're real people, and we love serving real customers.
Call us to schedule an appointment today. Express Bath. We'll bring the duck.
Alabama owned and Alabama loved.
All right, we're here for our offensive segment with our co-offensive coordinator. We got Coach Woodlawn, and Coach, pattern is repeating itself.
Mm-hmm.
We did pretty well, 48-8, and not a lot of penalties. So I'm just going to ask a few pointed questions, and Coach Prater's not here to have to. Yeah, it's just kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Was this the best game that Carly has played so far?
I don't know if I would say it's his best, but I mean he's played. Every game has been consistent for him. And it's kind of, I've said it at other things, but he's kind of like taken, our whole offense has taken his identity of just like, we feel like we're good enough and talented enough that if we'll just, obviously good defenses are going to win at times. You're not going to win every snap, but if we just stay the course and just be consistent, which is like him to a T, then we feel like, we got a chance in most games. And so he's really, the offense entirely is kind of running through him. He played a good game. I don't know if I could say it was his best one though, but he's very, his completion percentage I think is above 70%, which is awesome. So keep doing it, Carter.
Well, he's not going to be worried. He's going to be fine.
He's not. He'll be fine.
Caden Proctor must have watched a little Nolan Carroll on Friday night. Nolan, I have him in class. He said, "Just watch me, Prater. I'm going to score." We break down the game Friday in my class, and they said we didn't get the right read. They weren't doing what we were supposed to, but we ran it anyway.
Yes.
So we're gonna do that again?
I don't know about that, but it was definitely not a good call, and we knew that when it was called. But it was one of those like maybe we just sneak by them and they don't see us. They covered it well, but it was something when you got seniors that do what they're supposed to do, you want to reward them, and he is like the definition of that. So hopefully at some point this year we can get him in the end zone, but it didn't work out though tonight.
That's all right. I think he had fun though.
He did. He got on the stat sheet. That's what I told him. You're on the stat sheet.
All right. Well, speaking of stat sheet, let's look at the offensive balance. Again, we had 173 pass, 197 rush. But your average leader in the house at yards per rush is, do you know who this is?
I don't.
That would be Max Hembright. Was still averaging 14.5 yards
That'll be Max.
per rush on the stat sheet. So what can you say about that balance? How nice is that to be able to do both?
It's very nice. We purposely didn't run Carter a lot at the start of the season to try to get him to this stretch healthy. But that is one of the best parts of his game, of course. And so sprinkling the run game with him, a lot of times we can add a blocker with the running back leading on stuff, so that helps. It helps equate numbers when people want to load the box. But Jaden and Jaheim are about, I don't know carries off the top of my head, but they're pretty even carry-wise, yardage-wise, pretty even. Throw Carter in the mix. We can also run Malachi and Ja as a true running back. It just allows us to do a lot of things and be hopefully multiple, enough to where it's tough to defend. And that's kind of the design of it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, the offense only, last question. The offense only had 4 penalties, but 2 wiped out big plays, including a long touchdown.
Yeah.
So how do you celebrate the success of how you done, but then clean up penalties like that?
Well, I feel bad for Ja Morrow in particular because he's had, in the last 2 weeks, he had 2 touchdowns called back. And both of them, I think they were very ticky-tacky. One of them, I think, was a blown call, the one last week, or 2 weeks ago, rather. And then the other night could have been called, but, it's one of those things where if it's an effort penalty, sometimes you can live with it. And that's what, like the fall starts, we got to knock those out. But you're occasionally going to have a hole from time to time. And so we try to be like, man, just hands in the right spot, right, and stay inside the pads and all of that. But if they're playing with effort, sometimes, you hate to say it's okay, but it is okay if you're playing with effort. And so we just got to keep reiterating as we get into these games, the penalties are going to matter. So hopefully we can limit that, and we're getting better every week, I feel like, just operationally.
Let's hope that we get off that train track where Coach Prater is talking about.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Because he'll probably be on next.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll be back.
This is Shane Odom with Marmac Commercial Real Estate. We approach real estate with our 3I approach: integrity, intelligence, and innovation. To be your full-service real estate company that can handle all your real estate needs, from commercial, such as warehouse, retail, apartments, to land, farms, residential developments, along with houses such as investment homes or your dream home. Marmac Commercial Real Estate has over 15 years experience providing award-winning full-service real estate experience. One team, endless possibilities. Marmac Commercial Real Estate.
Come see us at Eddie Pruitt Ford. We're a proud supporter of Hartselle Athletics.
Okay, we're here with our big group. We've got our defensive line and Coach Fulps. Let's go through and tell everybody your name and what part of the defensive line you're on, or if you just want to say defensive line, that's fine. Tyler, let's start with you. First and last name, just talk to the camera and tell them who you are.
My name is Tyler Mullen. I play defensive end and nose guard.
My name is Landon Ludlow. I play nose guard and defensive end.
My name is Don Montaigne, and I play strictly nose guard.
My name is Eli King, and I play defensive end and nose guard.
My name is Auburn Heron, and my DN is.
And that's Coach Fulps. All right, Coach. I'm going to start, and please chime in. I'm going to tell you, like I told Coach Miller in our interview, if you need to correct something or you got something you want to chime in, do that, please. Let's go. I'm going to start with your personalities. This is one of the most diverse groups as far as personality-wise that I see that play for the Hartselle Tigers. So what makes you good as a group? Because you're also different.
I think we have a little bit of everything. We all just work together really well. And we're not all the same, not all different. It all just works together like a puzzle.
I think it's a big thing of chemistry, too. This group's been together since freshman year as well, and those two date back to 8th grade. So,
a long time in dealing with these boys. So it's just like we work together real well. It's like we practice every day, go out there, work our butts off, and we're just.
I feel like it's not a day that we don't go out there and not have fun whenever we're practicing with each other.
Yeah, we got that bond that no one can really break.
That's good. That's good. Y'all did good. Now we got the first question out of the way. All right. It's my belief, and I think it's the belief of a lot of football fans, that games are decided in the trenches at the line of scrimmage. Do you believe that? And why? Is that important to you? Do you think that we're winning and losing our games in the trenches?
I think we win. We've won by far in the trenches. It all starts with up front. If they can run the ball again, they're going to run the ball again and kill us down the middle and outside in their A through C gap or wherever gap. I think it's just important to establish we can stop the run. They're going to have to throw the ball.
Gotcha. That's awesome. In the preseason questionnaire that I asked you guys, Coach Fulps, your name and either bringing sexy back or big sexy and I had to look up the Gummy Bear song. I now know that, and it's like a earworms. You were mentioned a lot, and I think it's because of your fun personality. Because, I mean, you really do have a great personality. So, guys, what's it like every day at practice with this guy?
It's like we're in Bundy, and it's just like it's fun all the time because he's always making jokes. He's always cutting up, but it's not always serious stuff like that. It's just like.
I guess fun analogies, too, for for what he wants you to do in a certain drill. He has a fun few analogies he likes to say.
Well, the most important thing is you remember to drill and do it right? So if you make something they can relate to.
We get the
It's not all fun though, he'll get honest, make sure we're doing everything right.
We get the job done while having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. One thing that Hartselle is known for is failing the bus test, but winning the scoreboard test. So I think this group kind of holds true to that with some of the opponents we're going to face later on in the season. So what goes into the mindset when you're going up against teams that are probably bigger, stronger, faster, but you can still beat them? So what goes into that makes Hartselle unique in that aspect?
I think the weight room. Last week against Woodlawn, we faced the right side off. He was like 6'7", but we go out in the weight room and we outwork them. It starts in the summer. We just really lift. We know we can beat those guys up front. Just knock their head back and shed, run to the ball, all that stuff.
I know the rest of y'all are dying to do it. Just go ahead and get it out of your system.
Yeah.
You need to.
I don't understand. See what's that?
There you go. Okay. Anybody else? Weight room? What else?
Fundamentals, like minor detail. I feel like we really hone down on those details more than I feel like other defensive lines would do. Just putting on film, and if I look at a defensive line, I'm like, there's no way we would be able to get away with that with how we're coached and how we're coached to put effort in.
Awesome. Defensive linemen usually love to talk. You're of the group, y'all are a little bit more chatty with the trash talk.
Oh yeah, I don't be talking.
So who's the best one, or who's the person on here that trash talks? Or y'all just go up there and you're silent and just go.
Dalton talks a lot.
Yeah,
He's a tough. We have to hold him back out there.
Yeah. Like I say, it all starts in the trenches when they start running their mouth. I ain't gonna sit there and just take it.
Okay, got one more question, then you're off the hook. Coach, do you have anything? You haven't said a lot today.
Well, you were talking about this group being unique. I think one thing that's really unique about them, and you don't run across this all the time, is they are very unselfish. If one of them needs to jump down and play nose or whatever we need for that series, or in practice, if they've got to jump over, we're kind of light numbers under the seniors this year. They have to go over and play scout. They do. They don't never complain about it. It's not always that way with this group, with Girks, but it is with this one. So good to see, refreshing, especially in this day and age.
Absolutely. Okay. High note, last question. Let you guys individually answer. Hardest hit you delivered. Who, when, where? Tell us what happened.
Bo's face. Well, is that not it?
There, my bad.
Tyler, you're never going to sit on the end again. We can start down here with Oliver.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think already last year, Watermeadow during game, it was JV hit a big old hit on QB, lay him out, put him out for a little bit of the game. So, yeah. I remember Austin this year, the quarterback, it was actually the backup quarterback. He was like third quarter because we had already had the start and we quit. But he released the ball. He thought he could slant pass. I hit him pretty good. That's all I remember.
Probably, I think it was Decatur this year. I hit a gap and I just met him as he at the mesh point right when he hit the ball. Our pads just clacked and everybody got to the ball and we all just ran it back.
I believe it was Jackson Olin. I feel like I got a big hit on the cue as soon as he threw the ball.
I think it was the running back when he was trying to block me, and I hit him and he about fell. So,
But you did have a pick six against Mortimer Jordan last year. Let's not forget that. That was busy. Coach, you got anything you want to add before we close this segment up?
No, I'm good. You made a mention about gummy bears a while ago. What's that about? I don't.
You want some?
On the questionnaire, it says pick a coach and give us their theme song. And
What does gummy bears have to do?
had never heard the song before, but I had to Google it. And the guy next to you may have to explain his reasoning. It's not a bad song. It just says
So, let's listen to it. I have to look that up, I guess. They will put on the practice playlist.
it's just a whole new can of worms we've opened, I'm sure. All right, we'll be right back. Thanks, guys.
Come see us at Eddie Pruitt Ford. We're a proud supporter of Hartselle Athletics.